Jumana National Security Minister Honorable Albert Kendapa Sabre Mugusua etotonano.
These things you don't make those claims. I mean, I haven't asked 7 questions. This is about my 4th question.
Oh no, I have had it before.
So I was asking in relation to the Mr. Chairman, sometimes I get very envious of how patient you are with other, In fact, I was just telling my chief whip when we were outside how you were very patient with my big sister, Honorable Zura, that I wish you were that patient with me also.
I have been very patient with you today.
Oh,
very,
wow.
very. Yes.
Wow. Then I should even count myself.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, but let me just finish on that.
Can I? You know, we've been here, we said we'll give ourselves how many hours? Now we've been here about 9 hours now. I think it's way beyond what is possible. Yes, so kindly let's move on. Yes, Honorable Nilante.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And first, I want to crave your indulgence for some laxity. Some laxity because the honorable nominee specifically mentioned my constituency, and as such, I will ask him that maybe in the case of Odududio, or how what has been expressed by Samuel Kujeto, possibly lack of conclusive intelligence may have formed the opinion on the incidents that happened in Odududio. And as such, I will ask him that, judging from the past knowledge and perceptions I have about him, I wish he doesn't disappoint me by getting close to find out what really happened in Odududio. Because the intelligence report you have received about what happened in Odududio is not factual and it's not the truth. So that is my first comment on that issue. First, let me go straight to Ayaso West Wagon. In the white paper, section 6.3, government was unable to accept the conclusions of the May-Short report on the attack of a member of parliament, Honorable Sam Nate George, just on the basis of provocation. I want to ask you, knowing who Kendapa is, do you think that a sitting member of parliament, or any Ghanaian for that matter, should be assaulted on the basis of provocation by anybody? And if you don't accept, what do you think should be done in this situation on the abuse of the privileges of the member of parliament?
Honorable Chairman, let me just say that this is a very difficult one for me because Honorable Sam George is my nephew, and obviously I'm very close to him. We are not related, but I see him as my nephew, and I know he has that much respect for me. But a white paper has been issued by government. It will obviously be wrong for me as a member of that government to be expressing other views about it. So I will that I don't comment on the inquiry that you have made.
Mr. Chairman, a follow-up on the same issue. Mr. Minister for National Security, white paper has been issued. In the conclusion of the white paper, I believe you were consulted.
Yes.
Did you in any way advise government to say that in this particular instant, I think that this conclusion is not right?
So again, you are asking me to tell you about discussions that we had as a team, as members of government. I mean, obviously I cannot do that.
Let me go to my second question. There is this perception out there that anybody in this country now who, as we say, tells truth to authority is hounded and possibly persecuted. And belief is that certain two incidents come to memory: the Bentua coup plot and then the WhatsApp coup plot.
Sorry,
This has
what?
made
The two.
what is termed the Bentua coup plot, involving Dr. I've forgotten the name. Is it Dr. Buckle or something? And then the WhatsApp coup plot involving the police officer.
But that is his discretion.
Please, I'm not commenting on the issue of the. I'm not. I'm saying that this has created perception in people that anybody who tells truth to government is persecuted. Are we sure we are not creating a culture of silence in the society?
Honorable Chairman, this is a matter that is currently in court. I think it will be inappropriate for us to be discussing it. But as far as the police and the Attorney General are concerned, there was a basis for them to be charged, and that is why they have charged them. Can we please wait for the court to decide on this? And please don't let us see it as an attempt to silence critics. If that becomes the order of the day, it will be very, very bad for this country. And I don't think that is what is happening.
My last question. Human security, and you use a very nice catchphrase: soft solution. Poverty eradication, lack of social infrastructure, and as you mentioned, unemployment have become some of the attributable social problems that lead to national security abuses and possibly domestic terrorism. What has been the relationship between your office in the past 4 years with Ministry of Employment, Labor Relations, Ministry of Finance, and other linked ministries in minimizing the effect of such issues on society?
We've done quite some work, and we've gotten to the point where we think we're going to get the necessary budgetary allocation to be able to put some of these ideas into practice. It's a very, very important part of the solution, providing these soft options in those areas where people are likely to be radicalized. We've gone very far, worked with the various ministries, and I think we've gotten to the point where we will get a good budgetary allocation for us to implement it. Already, we're doing some of the things. The army on their own have been doing some work for the people, giving them boreholes, clearing roads for them. They're doing it on their own from their own budget resources. But as I said, we now are going to have a specific budgetary allocation to be able to do that.
Afe yanko ga West Municipal